Okay, so we'll just talk briefly about the covers. Whoa. Okay, so my friend Jody Rabow of Synergy Healing. Synergy, if you just Google Synergy Healing, you'll find it. It was my idea to do a jazz themed cover, but there was no way I was going to be able to pull off all the logistics, hair, makeup, clothing, what do you call it, lighting, location. So I enlisted Jody to help, and she did, and got Amiko, Nick, aka Oso Cali, and Cindy Roberts, Super Cindy Roberts, is Super Leo. Now, something interesting about these covers is the camera will always pick up on, like, you have to have a certain personality trait for it to come through on camera. So, for instance, if we look at this one, this is the first cover. We're going for kind of an X Files thing, and me over here, I was able to pull this look off, the whole like kind of a Fox. Not that I look like Fox Mulder or David Duchovny, but that is not that far off from who I am in real life. You know, an attorney who does astrology, writes about the CIA and the occult and the Area 51, whatever. So that's why this worked. And Nova and Carrie both look really great too. This is actually one of my favorite photos ever of any photo that I've ever been in part because just this just looks amazing. I was really proud of how that came out. So this is a very different look here. And I had said to Jody, I was like, well, I'm not I don't want to be on the cover of my own magazine more than once, basically. And B, I am kind of a performer. I mean, I have some Leo in my chart and whatnot, but it's not like what I do. Like what I do is more mental, writing, information, research, all that stuff. And so Nick here is a performer known as Oso Cali, which has multiple meanings. He's also another Cancer, though, with Venus and Leo. And being a performer, see that we need somebody who could do like a jazz thing. Well, he's not a jazz performer; he's a hip hop performer. But the camera could pick up on it either way. Just like I don't need to actually be working for the FBI to kind of pull off a Fox Mulder sort of vibe. And then, yeah, so that worked great. And then, of course, the back cover. This looks really. I mean, this looks like I love this one because it's hot, but it's not. It's like sexy, but not like it's still really super classy. you know. And this is the where we took the photos from. So I was real happy about how these turned out. And yeah, what do you think, Yerevan?
They came out fantastic. So the release party is next Wednesday.
Well, that's private though. It's all right.
That's me
Because
saying something I would.
no, it's all right. No, what it only well, we're just doing a little party for everybody who was involved in there was actually, you can't tell from the cover here. There was like 15 people who were involved in getting this shot. I mean, it was like an armada of people. I would not have been able to handle it, but my friend Jody's a Capricorn, so she was the managerial expert. I just tried to stay back and stay out of the way.
Capricorns certainly do know how to get stuff done.
Absolutely. Me as a Cancer, I would have been like freaking out. I've been all emotional about it. The only thing I could have done is cater the whole thing.
Yes.
Although I did come up with the idea for a jazz thing, which was based in large part because we had so many retrogrades at the time. I was like, well, we got to go back. And originally this was going to be Mercury retrograde in Taurus. So it was like the throat, music, going back. So kind of having a retro thing here. There were actually one more thing about this cover. When we were doing this, there were actually people who stopped in the middle of the street and started filming. And so I was like, okay, we must have something that's going to look pretty good. So, all right, that's about it on the cover situation. One of the things I'm proud of is there's a real range. So here we're going, like I said, for kind of a X Files, Twilight Zone sort of thing. I think we pulled it off really well. And here we're going for more